Going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Flying Brian's Garage. Got a lot of work to do today on the Mud Slut. The other day it did pretty well, but there's some improvements that need to be made. One of them being the belt slip. My belt won't even catch. I stretched it so much. So I need to put some belt catches in there and do a Holey pulley. So drill some holes in it to disperse the water in the mud. Also need to charge a battery and what else do I need to do? Well, for one, clean it. Also need to mount up some tires. Got some tires for it. So Roy gave me these for the fronts. They're just some knobby dirt tires, but they'll help me in the mud more. Not slide around so much in my front end. So they're 18 by 950 by 8s, and those are 20 by 8 by 8s. So these are a little wider. The width of the tire itself isn't wider. The tread up top is wider. And those are 20s, these are 18s, but with these aired up, they're the same height as those. So I should be good. Oh shit. This is what you see when you live next to a train track. Alright, so I did some work off camera because it's just easier that way, and I've been fighting trying to get those tires on. They won't seat on my regular wheels, so I'm using the wheels that came with it. So I got a 4-lug in the front and a 5 in the back now. And they're a little bit smaller, but they look good. So I think they're alright. For some reason, when I mount them up to the wheels, these are completely seated, but they won't hold air. So I guess that's just telling me that these wheels will wore the hell out and it's time to get some new ones on there. So I guess the other one, I gotta put bushings in. I'm beating them out of other wheels and putting them in these, and then gonna mount that tire back on that wheel and get it on this side. So I'm gonna do that off camera and I'll come back with some progress. Alright, so we got the tires mounted up. Now we got the 4-lug wheels in the front, 5s in the back, and we got some actual good tires on the front of it, so appreciate you, Roy. What's going on, guys? It is the next day. I am out here about to do some work on the old Mud Slut. I think I'm gonna drill some holes in the pulleys, check pulleys, add some belt catches, all that good shit. I got to thinking last night. I'm gonna have a good peek of it here for y'all guys soon. So I should be getting it. I made a deal with Roy and them. If you go back and watch the other video of my ride, you'll see the tractor that I'm talking about. They want me to fix some things around their house in exchange for, it looks like a 2000s model Troy built pony with a 17.5 Briggs. It is the industrial commercial version of that engine. That means it's a little more heavy duty. Not much, but a little more. So that means that we don't have to use a John Deere for a lawnmower anymore. So I was sitting thinking last night, and I think what we're going to do is, here soon we are going to turn this into a hydrostatic dragster. So I have quite a few plans for this unit. I'm probably going to put a small tank up here on the hood and let it gravity feed instead of a fuel pump. I'm going to remove that. The seat's going to drop. The front end's going to drop. The rear end's probably going to be raised just a little bit. So it has kind of like a ratty look to it. And clean it up, make it look a little better. Take this shit here off. And yeah, we gonna have us a race tractor. So y'all stay tuned to the videos, because that will be sometime soon. We need to do it as budget friendly as possible, because I really don't have money to be dropping into these things, but I think it'll turn out pretty good. I've got a lot of parts back here that we can use, and we can make it pretty decent. I have fixed the belt system on the Mud Slut, because for some reason when I got it off, tried to get it off trailer the other day, it wouldn't move at all. So I thought my belt was stretched out. That wasn't it. 2 of my idler pulleys were completely froze up. One by the motor and the one on the clutch. So I took them off, I sprayed them down with lube, I freed them up. I have some extra ones to put in the toolbox just in case that happens again on the trail. Alright, so I added a little to it. I added a top bar. So that's welded shut down here. That's welded shut. This is welded all the way around on both sides. This is welded all the way around. That's capped. That's capped. You can see the cap welds. And there is my front push bar for my front bumper. It might not be 100% even and straight, but it looks good enough to me. And I like it. Makes it a little beefier, adds a little extra weight. Not a whole lot, but just a little. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. So I've been working on it, and I'm going to show you what I did. As y'all know, I had the PTO clutch pulley on the bottom of the crank, well, I couldn't find a spacer because there was too much axle there, or too much shaft. So I disassembled the clutch PTO so I could get out the shaft that goes in it, so I'd have a spacer. But I also did the Holey pulley mod in the front. Now I'm going to do the rear, and hopefully that will help. Everything that I've done will help with belt slip and water dispersal, mud dispersal, so on and so forth, because I was having a lot of belt slip on the last ride. I'm hoping with the added spring on the clutch, the pulley's all lubed up nice and smooth, and the holes drilled in the pulley. Now when you drill your holes in the pulley, I'm gonna let y'all know. Let's just say we're gonna do this plastic one, but let's say it's a metal pulley. When you drill, make sure you don't hit the inside, the very edge where the flat part of the pulley sit, or the belt sits in the bottom. Try to get it up in here. And when you drill these, there's gonna be burrs in there. So what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to get yourself a flat file, a round file like that. And then you're gonna go in here and file your pulley down, you know, wherever you got burrs. And you want to run your finger through there and make sure that you don't have any burrs, so everything will ride right and your belt won't get chewed up by the pulleys being drilled out. But I'm going to do the rear, and then hopefully I have some good news progress here soon. So I'm going to get back to work. What's going on, guys? It's another day. It's the next day, and last night I did a bunch of pulley mods and stuff like that. Today I am working on my brakes and my rear pulley, and to work on the rear pulley I have to drop out the transaxle. So I've got it up here on the lift. I've got it ratchet strapped down on both sides. I've got one hooked to this fender over on that side, ratchet down here, and I've got one hooked on this fender, ratchet down over there to keep it from wobbling. I did change my fuel filter just to, you know, good measures, but with the tires and the bumper, it's looking good. Just got to get this pulley out so I can get it drilled and get it put back in. You can see the mods I did. Brought my belt catches in, Holey pulley mod, did away with the clutch, but took the shaft out of the middle of the clutch for my spacer. I'm still working on kind of routing around the belt system a little better, and this rear pulley, and that should clear up my belt slip. So, but before we go any further, I would like to show you a new sweatshirt. Let me put y'all on the stand so I can actually did a good job. So I'm not selling merch or anything. I'm just making this for myself at the moment. So I mean, if I was to get requests, I'd probably start, but as of now I'm just doing it for myself, just to, you know, have a shirt. But it looks really good and I'm happy with it. So with that being said, let's get to work. Alright. Go ahead and get the other tire on here. Pulleys off. We're gonna go ahead and get this drilled up. Alright, I got one side drilled out. That's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 holes. That's what it should look like. Now I'm going to flip it over, drill out the other side, same way, but I like to kind of stagger the pattern on this side. So you see how I've got 2 holes here, so I'd want to put this one right here. I know many people might not do that, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be a better way to disperse. So I'm going to do it that way on this side, and then we'll have this ready to go back on, and then we'll probably service my brakes while the transmission's down. So let's go ahead and get this done. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate a little bit on what y'all need to do if y'all are drilling holes in your pulleys. Stay away from that center. Drill in fast until you can know it's going through. You'll see a little indentation there. And slow your drill down. That way you don't mar up the inside of it too bad when you go through. You also snap bits that way. Snapped quite a few that way. You got to be real easy with it. Start giving it less and less pressure, and start giving it less and less trigger. You got a good bit that'll eat through. Feather it. You'll feel it start to bite. That way you don't push it all the way through and mess it up. Alright. We actually have our pulley on. Everything's been filed and drilled. Looks pretty nice and even. There's a couple that are off, but I mean it's pretty even for something that's eyeballed. So the holes are staggered, and that should disperse water pretty damn good. So what I'm going to do now is get over here and start looking at my brakes, figure out what's going on with that, and then we can stab her back up in there. So let's get to these brakes. Alright, so last clip y'all saw, the pulleys drilled and everything's back on. I just got the brakes fixed. So everything's working, everything's tightened up, and I'm about to put the transaxle back up in the tractor. So I'm gonna get to it and I'll come back with some progress. Alright. So, tractor is almost put back together. Finally got the transaxle back up in it. Pulley's hooked up, brakes are hooked up, all that good shit's hooked up. All I need to do is put the wheels back on, and I can drop it off of the lift here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some wheels ready. brakes set. Right around off here. Take a ride and check it out, and I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so Mud Slut's done. We did the Holey pulley mod in both the drive pulley and the transaxle pulley. We fixed the brakes. We did mods to keep the belt on. We did the front bumper. And I'm pretty sure we're including the tires in that too. So took it for a test drive. Everything is running and working great. It engages way better than it did, so I'm pretty sure that solved my problem. And this is our next project. John Deere Hydro Dragster. So a lot of work's going to be coming into this, and we will be getting it ready to race. So I can't wait to start that project, and hope y'all can't wait to see the video. So I'm probably going to start it before I finish the Beast, because the Beast has a lot more work to come, and the Hydro Dragster won't take too much. So let's plan on starting that next, and yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy that, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Go down there and leave a like for me, comment down below if you'd like to say something, subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and go check out the Facebook page. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys on the next episode.